Hello there everybody, Drae here, and welcome back to my little village in medieval Dynasty. Now, it is no secret that the medieval ages is a big focus in the gaming world, but you know what isn't and is as equally interesting? Ancient India, and that's why I wanted to quickly talk to you about today's video sponsor, Raji and Ancient Epic. Raji and Ancient Epic is published by Super.com and developed by Nottingham Games, and it is an action-adventure game set in ancient India. You follow the story of Raji, a young woman who finds her brother kidnapped by demons during their invasion into the human realm. To get her brother back, she asks the gods to grant her their powers, and she becomes the sole defender of humanity. The game is crafted by a passionate team dedicated to showing their native culture. The story is infused with Hindu and Balinese mythology, and the artwork follows suit, with hand-painted textures drawn in the Pahari art style, all taking inspiration from the ancient Indian mythology and medieval architecture. Art and story aside, the combat is fluid and challenging. You can utilize a variety of powerful weapons and acrobatic moves to take down even the largest of foes with ease. The game is multiple award-winning and was first released on Nintendo Switch. Now it is available on Steam, Epic, Xbox, and PlayStation. If any of this sounds interesting to you, I'll have a link at the top of the video description where you can learn more about it. Now let's get back to our medieval dynasty. Okay, so the plan today is to hopefully get into mining a little bit. Now, the problem is, when I settled here at the start of the game, I didn't really know how the mining worked, and you actually do have to be near a mine site. Now, the mine sites in this game are the caves. I have looked around, and I honestly think the closest cave is the one that is near Branica and Barnica, which is like right in the mountains over here. I've even checked some player-made maps. There's like nothing. It really is a barren land over on this right side until you get way down south, kind of down into the mountains over here. So what we're gonna do today is probably build a second small settlement up here. It's probably just gonna be for one person to mine for me, and then I can bring all the resources back here to the forge. I also don't know how the inventory system works. I might have to build another one of these resource storages. I hope I don't need to because it's one of the bigger buildings and it does take a long time to build. But if we look at our management right now, in the last episode we had a increase to our buildings limit. So we now have 4 buildings available. Now, I should only need a maximum of 3, so we should be good. Also, before we leave, let's see if the chicken's doing anything. I saw that there's a get eggs option here. Did that give me any? Has this bastard really not made any eggs yet? Do I have to, like, go in there and pick them myself? Yeah, I'm not seeing any eggs there, and when I hit get eggs, it's not going into my inventory, so I don't know how often he's going to lay eggs. I hope it's quite often, though, because he wasn't cheap. Oh, actually, you know what? We do have eggs! They actually go into this storage, the food chest. I guess because I have a worker here, she's manually doing that. But that's good to know. We actually have eggs. Now, what I think I'm gonna do, I noticed something here. We have some meat with gravies that are slowly spoiling. I really don't need all these meat with gravies. These guys are not eating enough anyways. So I'm gonna sell a crap load of these. They're worth a 20. So I can probably sell them for at least like 5, so we may as well sell them before they fully spoil and probably just vanish. But yeah, I decided to do some cooking today because it was midday already, and it's gonna take a long time to get to where I need to be, and yeah, it's gonna take a long time to build a house as well before we bring people over there, so yeah, I figured I'd just do some maintenance today. Okay, a new day and time to travel. So I'm gonna bring as many logs as I can with me just because, well, I don't want to be chopping down trees myself. So I got 7 kgs. I'm going to be able to bring about that, and of course, 1 too many. So I can only bring 10 logs, but that should be enough to do the majority of the house at least. Actually, let's not make this mistake because I have no idea where I'm going to get straw up there. And I know I'm going to need a lot of straw. So instead, we're going to take that 75 straw. I hope that's enough. All right, and here we are, home sweet home. There is actually a nice amount of space right out here. So again, this is just going to be for mining. And these, yes, these are the rock deposits that we want. That's going to give us rock as well as iron. So yeah, I guess I gotta build just a house here. I'm hoping that's really it, but I feel like I'm gonna have to build some storage as well, and then obviously a mine site. So yeah, let's start off with the house. Small, simple house. There we go. It's hard to tell where the road is. I'm not too picky with this one, though. Let's actually make sure we know which house that is, though. Okay, I love that. You can't change the name of the houses. So, yeah, I was really hoping I'd be able to rename this one so I could make sure the miner was over here, but we'll have to just make sure we have the right amount of people. Okay, well, let's get to building, I guess. And we're done. Thankfully, there's some trees here, and I did build a new axe, so I guess I gotta do some of this myself now. Okay, and there we go, so at least I can sleep here if I need to tonight, and I can actually use this storage as well to store a lot of my stuff, which is great. That's obviously not it, though. Next thing we need to build is the excavation shed. Now, I was a little worried because there's actually a mine, too, that we don't have enough technology for. That needs to be built at, caves. This one can be built around rock faces as well. I think there's actually rocks... not enough resources. Okay, that's fine. I think there's actually rocks up top that I can mine as well, so it should mine the people I hire, that is, on top of the cave as well as in the cave, just kind of randomly. Now, what I'm worried about is bears kind of hang around caves, so I don't know if they can be attacked or not. Hopefully not, because this whole village is right beside this place. Anyways, I gotta go get a couple more logs, and then we'll place that. This is actually kind of a nice spot, though. I didn't even notice the river comes right behind me. So again, water should be easy here. We're not having any issues for food. We're just gonna have to transfer it. But this will be a nice secondary location, kind of more northwards. Okay, I'm building the excavation shed as close as possible to the entrance, just because I want this guy to be mining there as much as possible. But there we go. This should be pretty easy to do. Unfortunately, it's almost all logs, but thankfully I have more than enough straw. Okay, and there we go. All in a day's work, I built the house as well as the excavation shed. Now, the big question is, am I going to need food storage as well as ordinary storage? Or will he walk back to my other settlement? Does he have to walk back? Does it teleport back? That's the big question I have right now. I don't know if I should just build it just to play it safe. Technically, this should be all I need, though, so I guess we could try? Problem is, he'll have no food over here unless he grabs food from my shed. Again, I just don't know the range on these buildings and if I need to have multiples if I'm building far away. All right, you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna take a risk here. Worst case, I can probably transfer them back before they get too upset. Now, looking at my skills here, we can either send Lubart, my beautiful child, who is far too young to be a minor just yet, or Siegfried, who's been my loyal companion since the start. He was the first resident, well, the first one that stayed at least. So yeah, we're gonna turn him into the miner. So we're gonna go to the excavation shed, assign worker, obviously miner, and then we gotta move him into the house with no people in it, because that just makes sense. I mean, maybe he could come all the way back to our village? I don't know. I just assumed you'd need to have a house close by. So yeah, I guess now I'll just have to keep a close eye on him, make sure he's got food, make sure he's happy, before I let him go so he can collect all the resources for us. What? You here? Oh my god! Okay, so I just slept, and I don't know if he came throughout the night or what, but he is here! Siegfried! Now, I was wondering if I need to give him tools. Again, they're kind of working on the tools in this game. Uh-oh. Do I actually need to get you a tool? Oh, no. Wait, what? Where did he go? Zig? Zig! What the frig are you doing? All right, I might need to buy a pickaxe. I haven't needed to buy any tool for any sort of worker yet, but pickaxes may be the thing I need to buy, and they're not cheap either, so I'm hoping not. But either that or I broke Zig. Oh, no. Yeah, he's doing it. He's doing it. Okay, it's a good thing I stayed here for a little bit. I assume he's good. How's his, mood right now? 50%, which is what you get if you don't upgrade a house at all. So, I mean, he's not happy, but he's 50% happy. Zig is not the most efficient of workers either, as you can clearly see. I mean, Zig, there's rocks everywhere, dude. Just get some iron for me, please, for the love of God. Just don't get eaten by a bear when I leave. There we go. Now you're doing it, buddy. Hell yeah, Zig. Okay. Maybe I don't need storage here. We'll see. So I'm gonna go back to my base. I'm gonna let Zig do his thing. Hopefully he doesn't get too lonely here, because I won't be here very often if he's manually transferring the stuff to my main village. All I have to do is make sure his house is, you know, not falling over and we're good. So Zig, it's been nice knowing you, buddy. Don't get eaten by bears. I think we actually did it. All right, and a quick trip back. Now the big question is, please tell me I'm going to see... Oh, limestone? Clay? I didn't expect those two. I expected iron and rock. Well, the important thing is it's clearly working. He doesn't have to transfer it all the way here. He didn't beat me through the wilderness, that's for damn sure. So that's good. The downside is I might have went to the wrong cave. Now, from what I looked up, though, if it says rock, you either get rock or iron. So maybe he's just targeting ore on the outside of my cave? I don't know. We'll have to give it some more time to see if we get some iron in there, because obviously what I really want is iron. These aren't bad things, though. I can upgrade my wooden buildings with the clay, and this is a resource to upgrade colored walls. I don't really know what the colored walls are. I'm assuming that's a much more upgraded building, but obviously it'll be good to have. How much is it actually worth? 12 also just as a raw form, so that could be good just to sell. Okay, well, it's the end of today now, and I guess more specifically the end of winter as well. I thought I'd check one more time. Yeah. Unless iron's extremely rare, I don't think there's iron in that location. Now, I'm gonna do one more thing to check. I actually spent all today selling some random crap that I had, and we're at 1,200 right now, and I did look up, and Lesnica has a pickaxe salesman. So we're gonna head over there, and I'm gonna try and manually mine where my iron, or where my miner is. And I'm gonna see if I can get iron myself. Maybe he's just really bad at finding the iron, I have no idea. But obviously, I would really like to get some iron, so I want to make sure, before I consider maybe moving that area, if that place has iron or not. So yeah, welcome to spring, ladies and gentlemen. Now I'm going to move some people around here. I obviously want people doing farming as quickly as possible. So I think I'll even get Herbert to stop being a lumberjack. He's actually really good at it, to the point where I'm running out of inventory space. And yeah, let's focus on getting these farms up, or fields up, as quickly as possible. Okay, and I think this guy has to be the salesman here. What's up, Teobald, sorry. And yes, as you can see, he's the one iron worker in this game. So, 440 bucks. Not cheap, but I'm gonna buy one. Okay, and here we are. Yeah, he's not targeting the mine. That's probably freaking why. This thing's supposed to target mines as well as random rocks. So, let's see what happens here when we actually hit this thing. I'm finally mining, at least. This feels pretty cool. And salt. Ooh, salt. Interesting. Oh, but look at that. There is iron here. Okay, so this is, I mean, there's a mixture of ores in here, obviously. We got salt, we got ordinary rock, and then we got iron. So he should be getting iron. It's right beside his thing. I guess he just doesn't want to go in the cave. Maybe he's scared or something. Where the hell did he go? Because yeah, as you can see, you can mine these for stone as well. I don't think these will drop iron. I think iron only comes in caves. But yeah, you can either do that or go in a cave and get iron. I really wish I could direct him to where I want him to go. I think I see him over here. He is the worst worker ever, I swear. He's just looking out. So I'm hoping sooner or later he'll mine iron, but for right now, I guess I gotta manually do it. Maybe getting multiple miners here to up my chances would make sense. That being said, once I get to the actual mine building, you have to place this on a cave, and I'm assuming they'll go directly in the cave. That's really what I want to get to, but I gotta get 3,000 more XP before we get there, so it is a while away. So yeah, for the time being, I guess I'll just hope I get lucky and he'll mine some from time to time, and when I absolutely need it, I'll just have to come manually do it. It's not a big deal, it's just I wanted to automate all my processes, so hopefully he'll mine iron sooner or later. Okay, the moment I've been waiting for. I don't even know if I have to buy anything. I guess I do, don't I? Workbench, is there... So yeah, I'm gonna have to buy, I even have to buy melting it? Or do I not need to melt the iron down? All right, thankfully the pickaxe is the cheapest one, being that I do actually have to use this tool unless he starts mining iron. Let's buy that. Let's buy the iron axe as well. That makes sense, so I can cut down trees faster. And let's try this again. Oh, here it is, right here. Okay, so it's on the anvil. Not enough resources. I need logs? Okay. Oh, and there we go. We are finally into iron making. And thankfully, it doesn't take a lot of iron per item, so even if he is only getting it once every couple days, for example, I'm gunning on him getting some, by the way. I hope he really does. We should be able to at least make our own tools. And yeah, once we get that iron mine set up, we should be able to earn a lot of money doing this, because I gotta assume these tools will be at least worth 100 each. Let's actually go check before the end of today. All right, well, close to. The pickaxe is worth 77, and interestingly enough, the iron axe is worth 88. I think it only takes one more log, so it makes sense to make some iron axes, I guess. Still, that's worth a lot of money, and that's some really easy money once we start automating the iron process. And hopefully our farmers did something today. Unplowed field. Uh-oh. I'm getting a little nervous now. This one, oh, okay, we got fertilized field. Were they all over the place? I just trusted that they would actually do it. Okay, we got a full field of flax. I actually focused on them doing the majority flax. So we got onions as well. I did, yeah, almost all onions and flax. Oh my god, they did 2 fields of onions. I think I only asked for 2 fields. And another field of flax. So yeah, they actually did the vast majority of the fields just today. So that's fantastic. They should be able to get all the crops done. And that's going to be a lot of money. Because if you remember, the flax fields give us flax seeds. And they are worth so much money. So yeah, I have most of my fields in flax, a couple in onion. I think oat and grain are the other ones as well. All right, guys. Well, I think that's a good time to wrap up another episode of Medieval Dynasty here. Finally getting into just the starting of the mining aspect of this game. I gotta say, that's really exciting. We also expanded out our territory, I guess you would say. We have a second small village now. And a major benefit of this, honestly, is getting the clay, so I can upgrade these wooden houses with some clay sides. I'll probably do that in the next one, as well as get into animal husbandry, because I would really like to get some pigs, as well as possibly some of the other larger animals to see how they work. And obviously, getting a couple more chickens makes sense, too, so we can get a crap load of eggs. But yeah, we're gonna wrap up this one here, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed Medieval Dynasty. Once again, I also want to thank Raji, the Ancient Epic, for sponsoring this episode of Medieval Dynasty. Be sure to check out that link if that game interests you. And yeah, as always, guys, thanks for watching and liking. I'll see you in the next one.